Dear students, welcome to the lecture series on hydroxy compounds. This video is an introduction to alcohols. Here we will be discussing the classification of alcohols, the nomenclature and isomerism shown by alcohols. The word alcohol will be familiar to you all because they occur widely in nature and have many industrial and pharmaceutical applications. They are used as beverages, they are used in perfumes, they are even used as fuels, biofuels. Alcohols are used in antiseptic lotions. And in this time of COVID-19, we are all using hand sanitizers, and the main component in the hand sanitizers is nothing but alcohols. So alcohols are an important class of compounds which have so many applications. So let's learn its chemistry. Before discussing about alcohols, let me mention about hydroxy compounds. Compounds derived from hydrocarbons by replacement of one or more hydrogens by a hydroxyl group are called hydroxy compounds. Okay, so the hydrocarbons may be aliphatic, alicyclic or aromatic. So when one of the hydrogens is replaced by a hydroxyl group, that is an OH group, then such compounds are generally called hydroxy compounds. Alcohols and phenols come under the general term hydroxy compounds. So alcohols are derived from aliphatic or alicyclic hydrocarbons. Okay. That may be simple or substituted hydrocarbons. Whereas phenols are obtained by the direct displacement of nuclear aromatic hydrogens. We will be discussing the properties and synthesis of phenols in the later classes. So here we will be only dealing with the alcohols. So what are alcohols? They are hydroxy compounds and represented by the general formula ROH, where R is an alkyl group. It can be a substituted alkyl group or an alicyclic residue. And as I said earlier, alcohols are derived from the hydrocarbons by replacement of one or more of the hydrogen atoms by the hydroxyl group. For example, this is methane CH4, it's a hydrocarbon. So when one of the hydrogens of methane is replaced by an OH group, so that becomes CH3OH. So this is methyl alcohol. So when one of the hydrogen of methane is replaced by an hydroxyl group, an OH group, that results in an alcohol, which is methyl alcohol or methanol. Similarly, here we have ethane CH3 or C2H6. So when one of its hydrogen is replaced by a hydroxyl group, an OH group, so what will result? That will become ethyl alcohol or ethanol, CH3CH2OH. Similarly, when it is propane, when one of the hydrogen is replaced by OH, that will result in propanol, CH3CH2CH2OH. Okay. So alcohols may be aliphatic or aromatic alcohols. So aromatic alcohols are obtained from the replacement of the hydrogen atoms of the side chains of aromatic hydrocarbons by the OH groups. Okay. So here we have an aromatic group and attached to it we have a CH2 and OH. So here the hydroxyl group is attached to the side chain and not to the aromatic ring. Whereas in phenols are also hydroxy derivatives of aromatic hydrocarbons, but the difference is that in phenols the hydroxyl group or OH group is directly bonded to the aromatic ring. So just note the difference. In phenols the OH group is directly bonded to the aromatic ring, whereas in aromatic alcohols the OH group is attached to the side chain of the ring, okay, and not directly bonded to the ring. Now we will move on to the classification of alcohols. There are generally two ways in which the alcohols are classified. The first one is depending on the number of hydroxyl groups, that is OH groups in their structure. If there is only one hydroxyl group, one OH group, then it is called a monohydric alcohol. Example is ethanol, C2H5OH. And if there are two hydroxyl groups, then it is called a dihydric alcohol. ethylene glycol is an example. And if there are 3 hydroxyl groups, then it is called a trihydric alcohols. The most common example is glycerol. Okay. So more than 2 hydroxyl groups, then they are generally called polyhydric alcohols. Okay. So this is the first way in which the alcohols are classified, depending on the number of hydroxyl groups. The second way is depending on how the OH group is positioned on the chain of carbon atoms. That is, where is the position of the OH group on the carbon chain. And they are classified as primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohols. So let's see what are primary alcohols. In a primary alcohol, the carbon atom that carries the OH group is attached only to one alkyl group. The alkyl group is denoted as R. Okay. So the carbon bearing the OH is attached only to one alkyl group. Then it is called a primary alcohol. So the formula becomes RCH2OH. Some examples are shown here. Common alcohols like ethanol, CH3CH2OH. Propanol, CH3CH2CH2OH. Similarly, 2-methyl propanol. So these are all examples for primary alcohols. So the OH will be attached to a CH2 group. Okay, CH2OH. Here also CH2OH. Okay. Or we can say that the carbon bearing the OH is attached to only one alkyl group. Okay. So such alcohols are called primary alcohols. Now secondary alcohols. Here the carbon bearing the OH will be attached to 2 alkyl groups shown as R1 and R2, and the alkyl groups may be same or different. So some examples includes propan-2-ol, CH3CHOH, CH3. Similarly, butan-2-ol, pentan-3-ol. In these examples, we can see that the carbon bearing the OH is attached to 2 alkyl groups. In propan-2-ol, the 2 alkyl groups are same, CH3 and CH3. In butan-2-ol, one is CH3 and the other is an ethyl group, CH2CH3. So the alkyl groups may be same or different, but the carbon bearing the OH is attached to 2 alkyl groups. Or you can say that the hydroxyl group, or the OH group, is attached to CH. In primary, OH was attached to CH2. So here the OH is attached to CH. So such alcohols are called secondary alcohols. And the last one is the tertiary alcohols. So in tertiary, as the name indicates, the carbon bearing the OH is directly attached to 3 alkyl groups, which may be any combination of the same or different groups. For example, 2-methyl propan-2-ol. Here the carbon bearing the OH is attached to 3 alkyl groups, CH3, CH3 and CH3. Okay, so this is a tertiary alcohol. Similarly, here also 2-methyl butan-2-ol. The carbon bearing the OH is attached to one CH3, one CH3 and one ethyl group, CH2, CH3. So this is another example for a tertiary alcohol. In other words, you can say that the hydroxyl group is attached to a carbon. In primary, it is CH2OH. Secondary, it is CHOH. In tertiary, it is COH. So these are the differences between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Now let's see how alcohols are named. Simple alcohols, they have some common names which are accepted by the IUPAC. In common names, the name of the alkyl group is followed by the word alcohol. So this is CH3OH. CH3 is the methyl group. So the name of the alkyl group is methyl followed by alcohol. So methyl alcohol. Now the second one is CH3CH2OH. CH3CH2 is the ethyl group. So the alcohol named will be ethyl alcohol. So here it is propyl alcohol. Now this one, it is CH3 2ICH, which is an isopropyl group. So this is named as isopropyl alcohol. Now let's see the IUPAC nomenclature. So according to the IUPAC nomenclature system, there are some rules to be followed while naming an alcohol. So the first rule is we have to select the longest carbon chain containing the hydroxyl group, okay, and derive the parent name by replacing the E ending because it is an alkane. So we have to replace the final E with the OL of alcohol. The second rule is we have to number the alkane chain. And how to number? The numbering should begin from the end nearer the hydroxyl group. And the third rule is we have to also number the substituents according to their position on the carbon chain. Okay. And while writing the name, we have to list the substituents also in the alphabetic order and identifying the position to which the hydroxyl group is bonded. So let's see some examples. The first one is butanol. So CH3, CH2, 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 OH. Since it contains 4 carbon atoms, the alkyl group is butyl group. Now we have to number. Since OH is attached to this CH2 carbon, so this is numbered 1, 2, 3 and 4. There are no substituents, only an OH group is present. The alcohol is butanol and the position of OH is 1. So either you can write 1 butanol or butan 1 ol. Second one is also a butyl group because there are 4 carbon atoms. But here the OH is attached to the second one. So we have to mention the position of the OH group also. So since it is attached to the second carbon atom, the naming will be 2-butanol or butan 2 ol. Now the third one is CH3, CH3, CH2, OH. So if we select the carbon chain, we have 3 carbon atoms in the chain. CH2, here a C and last one CH3. So 3 carbon atoms in the chain. So it's a propyl group. But there is also a methyl substituent here, CH3 and an OH group. So OH is attached to the first carbon atom and the methyl group is attached to the second carbon atom. So while writing the name, it will be 2-methyl because the methyl is at the second carbon atom. 2-methyl and 1-propanol. Or you can write 2-methyl propan 1 ol. This is a tertiary alcohol because the carbon bearing the OH is attached to 3 alkyl groups. The naming of this will be 2-methyl 2-propanol. Because the methyl group is at the second carbon, the OH group is also at the second carbon. So 2-methyl 2-propanol or 2-methyl propan 2 ol. Now this is an example for an allyl alcohol. So while naming an alcohol containing a double bond or a triple bond, we have to mention the position of the double bond also. So here the double bond is at the second carbon. So 2-propene 1 ol. OH is at the first carbon. So 2-propene 1 ol. And this is 3-cyclohexene 1 ol. This is a dihydric alcohol. So 1,2-ethane diol. And here is a trihydric alcohol. So it is 1,2,3-propane triol. Please note that in dihydric or trihydric alcohols, the letter E of the alkane is not removed. Okay, ethane diol, propane triol. Whereas in monohydric alcohols, the E is removed and OL is written. Okay, 1-butanol, not butane ol. It is butanol, propanol, etc. Next is the isomerism shown by alcohols. We know that isomers are 2 or more compounds having the same molecular formula but they differ in their structural arrangement or spatial arrangement. Such compounds are called isomers and the phenomenon is called isomerism. They are generally divided into structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. So here we will be discussing only about the structural isomerism shown by the alcohols. Now, one of the most common structural isomerism shown by the alcohols is the chain isomerism. Compounds having the same molecular formula but differ in the arrangement of the carbon skeleton in their molecules are called chain isomers and the phenomenon is called chain isomerism. For example, 1-butanol and 2-methyl 1-propanol are chain isomers. Butanol is CH3, CH2, 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 OH. Okay, so the carbon skeleton is arranged linearly. Here it is a branched one. So CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, OH. In both cases, the molecular formula is the same, but there is a difference in the arrangement of the carbon skeleton. So 1-butanol and 2-methyl-1-propanol become chain isomers. Next is the position isomerism. Compounds having the same molecular formula, their carbon skeleton will also be similar, but they differ in the position of a functional group or a multiple bond, or they may differ in a substituent on the carbon skeleton. So such compounds are called position isomers, and the phenomenon is called position isomerism. The simplest example is propan-1-ol and propan-2-ol. So in 1-propanol, it is CH3, CH2, CH2OH. The OH is attached to the first carbon. Whereas in propan-2-ol or isopropyl alcohol, it is CH3, CHOH, CH3. The hydroxyl group is attached to the second carbon atom. So these two are propan-1-ol and propan-2-ol are position isomers because of the difference in the position of the hydroxyl group or the functional group. There is also another type of isomerism known as a functional isomerism shown by alcohols. So functional isomers will have same molecular formula, but the functional groups will be different. For example, the compound with a molecular formula C2H6O represents two functional isomers. One is ethanol, CH3CH2OH, and its functional isomer is an ether, CH3OCH3. Okay, so the functional group is different. One is having a hydroxyl group, OH group. So here it is ROR, which is a neither dimethyl ether. That is an oxy group is here. These two are functional isomers, differing in the functional groups. In position isomerism, the position of the functional group or position of the multiple bond is different, but in functional isomerism, the functional group itself is varying, but they are having the same molecular formula. So in this class, we have discussed basic details of alcohols, about its classification, how to name alcohols, the common names and the IUPAC nomenclature, and the isomerism shown by alcohols.